Hi Ultimate Gardeners, welcome back to the Ultimate Gardening channel. In today's exciting sprouting video, I'm gonna be discussing with you guys on my experience on growing sunflowers. So let's jump right into this video. So a little background story on how this beautiful scene happened is when we were moving the greenhouse, we had to move the tables here temporarily where these sunflowers are placed. And then little did I know that there was 2 sunflower seeds sitting on top of the table. Those were from our previous video we made on how to harvest sunflower seeds. I'm gonna be leaving a link towards that video down below. But when we moved the tables, those 2 seeds fell and dropped exactly where those sunflowers are. And of course, during that week it was raining and they sprouted. And then I realized that I had sunflowers that came up. I can't call them volunteer sunflowers because I did know that I had the seeds, so they planted themselves there. And one thing's for sure, when you're gardening and you have volunteer sunflowers pop up, one thing you have to figure out is if you want to keep them. Because as you guys know, for them to become this beautiful scene right here, you have to know and keep in mind that they take up all the nutritious value up with them so they can withstand this beautiful scene. So if you're a vegetable gardener and you have volunteer sunflowers, I would recommend taking those out. But if you're that type of gardener that likes seeing these beautiful scenes, go ahead and keep them. They are the easiest flowers to grow and the most happiest too. So once they sprouted, they started growing on and growing on, and I believe it's been 3 to 4 months that those have been growing already. And based on your variety is based on how long your sunflower is going to take for it to bloom. Like this is the mammoth variety. It's one of the most longer varieties to actually flower because those flower heads are huge. But if you have ones like the evening sun colors or any type of teddy bear, like anything like that, those are a bit more of a shorter period of time because they don't need that much to develop their flowers. But with mammoth sunflowers, they need all that time to get that tall like this one is. You can even notice that it's taller than the fence, which is great, so all of our neighbors can see this beautiful sunflower. So if you live in an area where wind is a problem and you can't have taller varieties of sunflowers because of your wind, I would recommend putting large metal stakes down as tall as your sunflower is going to be, because when the wind comes, they're going to need all the support they need to stay up. Because when the sunflowers get top heavy, they don't tend to face towards the sun, because as you guys know, sunflowers face towards where the sun is, but once their blooms open, they stop because they're top heavy. And so you need to give them the support if you live in an area where it tends to be very windy. But fortunately, here in South Florida, we don't deal with high levels of wind, so I'm able to just grow them on and not needing to stake them. One thing's for sure is that they require lots of water. They require ample amount of water. Good thing that in South Florida, we don't really need to give them that much water because it technically waters here and there throughout the day or throughout the week. And they tend to suck up all the moisture bubbles that are in the soil, because in my area in particular, we have very moist soil. Like when it rains, the soil will stay moist for days, even maybe up to weeks in certain spots. So they could draw up that moisture so in those specific spots. But if you live in a more drier or more drought type area, I would recommend watering them almost every day because they need that amount of water to get this precious. And another thing is fertilizing. If you live in an area where your nutrition value is kind of low, you might as well just give them a little bit of a feed early on when you start the seeds. But I didn't even fertilize mine at all. Just this area where they're planted was amended one time only, and that was a few months ago before the seeds started here, and it seems to be loving its area. Another thing is they're called sunflowers. And sort of self-explanatory, they love the sun. I would recommend giving them 7 to 8 plus hours of direct sunlight, or even more. If you could give them the entire day of sun, it is best for them. Another thing, they're huge pollinator attractive plants. They are the most gorgeous flowers out there in the garden, and they attract bees, butterflies, anything you name it. You will have a visit here soon once they start opening up. So I am so glad to see the scenery right here. I am so happy that my sunflowers did so well this year, and I will be starting more soon here once I have the area to put them in, and I'll definitely bring you guys along for that journey too. So thank you all so much for watching this video. Hopefully you found this video entertaining and informative, because who doesn't like seeing that beautiful scene right there? Because I certainly do. So thank you all so much for watching this video. May God bless you and your family, and never forget to grow big, Ultimate Gardeners. Bye guys.